Welcome back to the channel. So today we are going to do the continuation of arithmetic mean. Let us see the different cases of arithmetic mean, the different types of questions. The first one is based on missing frequency. What if any frequency is missed in the question given to us? How we will be finding that frequency with the help of arithmetic mean? So the question is, the mean of the following data is 20.5. Find the missing frequency. There are two columns given to us, X column and frequency column. So first important thing is to identify again which kind of data is given to us. So looking at the data, we have X and F. So this is nothing but discrete data. Now we need to apply the formula for discrete data, which is nothing but X bar is equal to summation Fx upon summation F. Now, in order to calculate this value, we need to find out the columns, so which we will be doing it separately. X column, ten, 15, 20, 25 and 30. Frequency column, 5, 7, F1, 12 and 6. Now, for the formula, we need to multiply F into X, with the values are 50, 105, 20, F1, 300 and 180. Next, we need to take up the total of summation Fx, which is nothing but, okay. Now, in this case, we have a variable 20 F1 and we have numbers. So, the numbers will be added up together and the variable will be taken separately because we cannot add the variable along with the numbers. So, the total comes up to be 635 plus 20 F1. Next, we need to take up the sum of frequency. So, that is nothing but adding up the numbers, which is 30 plus the variable, which is F1. Now, by using these values, we will be substituting in the formula. The mean given to us is 20.5. So, we will be substituting the mean as 20.5 is equal to 635 plus 20 F1 divided by 30 plus F1. Now, in order to solve it further, we will be cross multiplying it. So, 20.5 will be multiplied with 30 plus F1, which is equal to 635 plus 20 F1. Now, we will open the bracket. We need to multiply 20 with 30 and 20 with F1. So, which will be coming up to 615 plus 20.5 F1 is equal to 635 plus 20 F1. Now, one small trick. In order to find F1, what are we going to do? We will take all the F1 terms on one side and mostly we take them on the left hand side because we need to find out F value. So, we will be considering all F values on our left hand side. So, 20.5 F1 minus 20 F1 is equal to 635 minus 615, which is equal to 0.5 F1 is equal to 20. So, F1 value is 40. So, this is the missing frequency which we have calculated for this given set of data. So, in this case, simply we just need to identify which kind of data is given to us and apply the formula accordingly and substitute whatever data is given to us in the question. So, here the missing frequency is 40. So, we can again give the conclusion as the missing frequency of the data is 40. Now, let us look at what do we mean by combined mean. If we know the sizes and the means of those series, then the mean of combined series can be obtained by this particular formula. x bar c is equal to n1 x1 bar plus n2 x2 bar divided by n1 plus l2. Now what do we mean by combined mean? What if we have two set of series, two columns in which data is given for x1 column and x2 column. In that particular case, we will have two set of observations, which is nothing but n1 and n2. And now by combining those two set of series, we will be getting our combined mean. So this is a formula with which we will be solving the problems. So here x bar c is nothing but the combined mean. N1 is nothing but the number of observation of the first series. N2 is nothing but number of observation of second series. X1 bar is mean of the first series. X2 bar is mean of the second series. Simply by applying the formula, we will be getting our combined mean. Let us see some of the questions in order to solve the combined mean problems. Let us consider one more example for the combined mean. Find out the combined mean where this data is given to us. So here clearly we can see there are two set of series, series 1 and series 2. Mean is provided and number of items are provided. So by this data, we can tell that mean is nothing but your x bar, which is given, and number of items is nothing but n values. So we will break them down and write it as x1 bar, since it is for series 1, it is 6, and n1, since it is for series 1, it is 12. Similarly, x bar 2 for series 2 is 7, and n2 for second series is 40. Now let's apply the combined mean formula, which is x bar c is equal to n1 x1 bar plus n2 x2 bar upon n1 plus n2. Now we will be applying that in the formula. 12 into 6 plus 40 into 7 divided by 12 plus 40, which is 6 2 is 12. 72 divided by 26, which comes up to 170 upon 26, and the value is 6.53. So this is the value we get for this particular question. And in the end, don't forget to write the conclusion again. The combined mean for the data is 6.53. So this is how we can solve the problems based on combined mean. I have done two examples. One when the word problem kind is given to you, and the other when it is given in the statement form. You can use based on the data given. This is the first question based on combined mean. The mean age of group of 40 students is 16 years. And the mean age of another group of 60 students is 20 years. Find the mean age of 100 students together. So first of all, we need to identify what are they asking us in the question. They have asked us find the mean age of 100 students together. So when they are combining 100 students together, that is nothing but your combined mean. So now let's break down whatever is given to us in the question. The mean age of group of 40 students. So there is one group, and they have mentioned again another group. So in total, we have two groups. So we will be considering two groups in our question. So group 1. So in group 1, there are 40 students. So that will be represented by N1. 40 students and 16 years. Now what is 16 years? The mean age of group of 40 students is 16 years. So that is nothing but the mean age. So mean is denoted by x1 bar, which is 60 years. Now let's move on to group number 2. The mean age of another group of 60 students is 20 years. So again, we will be taking group number 2, in which we have 60 students and the mean is 20 years. Now what are they asking us to find? The mean age of 100 students taken together. So if you combine this 40 and 60, it is going to give you 100. So they have asked us in total for 100 students. So here we will be applying the formula of combined mean, which is nothing but x bar c, which is n1 x1 bar plus n2 x2 bar upon n1 plus n2. So in this case, our n1 value is 40 into mean is 60. N2 value is 60 and mean is 20. And in total, they have told for 100 students. That is again 40 plus 60. 40 plus 60, which is giving you 100. So the values are coming up to 640 plus 1200 divided by 100, which will give us 1840 by 100, and the answer is 18.4 years. So this is how we can solve the formula and get the answer. So the value is coming up to 80.4 years. So now in the end, we can give the conclusion as the mean age of 100 students together is 80.4 years. This is very, very important steps to mention your conclusion. Make sure we write conclusion in the end for each and every question asked. Okay. So this is one example of combined mean. Let us look at the next topic of arithmetic mean, which is weighted arithmetic mean. As the name suggests, weighted arithmetic mean, in this particular case, we give importance based on the data given to us. For example, if you are considering cost of living for a particular family, so in that particular case, if you are considering somewhat middle class family, in that case, for them, food might be more important compared to housing and shelter, right? And similarly, it can go and it can vary from family to family. So in this particular case, what is happening? What is important to one set of people may not be important to the other set of people. So it varies from one person to the other person, one family to the other family. So in that particular cases, what happens? The weightage gets deferred. So here, that's what we are trying to understand. The weighted arithmetic mean is an average where each value contributes to the final result according to its importance represented by weights. Whichever is taken as more important, you will be assigning more weight to that, and which is less important, you will be assigning less weight to that. Values with higher weights influence the mean more than those with lower weights. So the higher weightage will count more part when you're talking about weighted arithmetic mean, and so on. So the formula to calculate weighted arithmetic mean is x bar w, which is summation wx by summation w. This is very similar to the frequency formula which we had learned for discrete data. In that particular case, we had summation fx by summation f. In this particular case, it's simply simplifying or taking w instead of f. And this is how the formula looks. Okay. Let us consider an example of weighted arithmetic mean. What is the weighted arithmetic mean of performance scores weighted by number of employees in each department? So we have different departments A, B, C, and the scores of each department 75, 85, 65, and these are the number of employees who have scored these in particular department. 10 employees have scored 75, 30 employees have scored 85, 20 employees have scored 65. So here we need to calculate the weighted arithmetic mean for this particular question. So by looking at the question, scores becomes your x values and employees becomes your weight. As they were considering number of students, number of marks, all those as frequency, in this particular case, here the employees will become a w, that is the weightage. So the formula for the weighted arithmetic mean is x bar w is equal to summation wx upon summation w. For this, we need to again multiply w into x. So we will be considering another column, which is w into x. So 750. Next will be 2550 and 1300. Now we will be taking the total, which is 6600, and we need the total of weightage, which is nothing but 60. We will be substituting this in our formula, 6600 upon 60, which will give us 74.67 as our example. Sorry, it is 76.67 as the value. So, in this particular case, we have calculated the weighted arithmetic. It is very similar to our frequency type questions. That is the data which we have already studied. So, in this particular case, they have asked you directly to find the weighted arithmetic mean. We simply need to put in the formula and solve this particular question. In the end, the conclusion will be the weighted arithmetic mean of performance score of the employees is 76.6. So with this, we are done with the topic of arithmetic mean. We had seen the different questions based on the arithmetic mean depending on the data given to us, raw data, discrete data, continuous data. And in this video, we have learned the different types or the different ways in which arithmetic mean questions can be asked. The first one was missing frequency type, in which frequency is missing and you're supposed to find arithmetic mean. Second was combined mean, in which two set of series will be given to us and you're supposed to find the combined arithmetic mean. And in the end, we had seen weighted arithmetic mean, in which weights are given more important, and based on that, we have solved this. If you guys have understood the content, please do like the video, share it, and do subscribe.